Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello guys, all things is you, my dear students. Today inshallah we are going to have some word differences concerning travel and pleasure. Let's get started. Excursion, the first word today. What's an excursion, my dear students? An excursion is a short trip made for pleasure, especially one that has been organized for a group of people. When we say they've gone on an excursion to New York, they've gone on an excursion to New York. Another example, there are regular weekend excursions throughout the summer. Also, we have some expressions. Excursion into something has a different meaning. It's former, by the way. Excursion into something is a short period of trying a new or different activity. For example, after a brief excursion into drama, he concentrated on his main interest, which was poetry. This is the word excursion. Made for pleasure. Yes. What about the word cruise? Cruise can be a noun and a verb. A cruise is a holiday during which you travel on a ship or boat. On a ship or boat. Very important here. A cruise is a holiday during which you travel on a ship or boat. Do you remember a cruise on the Nile? Yes. So a cruise is a holiday during which you travel on a ship or boat and visit a number of places en route. When we cruise, this is exactly what we do. Let's have an example. They cruised all around the Mediterranean for 8 weeks last summer and stopped off at a number of uninhabited islands. So the word cruised here is a verb. Let's have another example to show that it can be a noun. My parents have seen nothing of the world, so are saving up to go on a world cruise when they retire. They are hoping to take a trip on the cruise liner, the QE2, in 2004. What's a voyage? A voyage is a long journey, not necessarily for pleasure, on a ship. So a voyage must be on a ship. A voyage is a long journey, not necessarily for pleasure on a ship. We don't talk about voyages very much in the present time. Why? No more voyages have been done. Historically, they were very significant. Let's have an example. His second voyage from 1493 to 1496 led to the discovery of several Caribbean islands. On his third voyage, 1498 to 1500, discovered the South American mainland. Of course, we talk about Christopher Columbus, the great explorer. So the voyage is a long journey on a ship. What about the word expedition? Expedition is a noun. An expedition is an organized trip whose purpose is usually scientific exploration of the environment. You go on expeditions as you go on trips. Go on expeditions. Go on trips. Go on expeditions. For example, numerous expeditions to the Antarctic have ended in disaster. Another example. Are you going to join the expedition up the Amazon this year? Like the one Tom went on last year? But we have another strange expression. Pay attention. Can we say shopping expeditions? Yes. Shopping and fishing expeditions? Yes. Less dangerous and less adventurous are shopping expeditions when you are hunting down particular goods or bargains, and fishing expeditions when you go in search of fish which are not easy to locate or catch. What? Yes, we can say shopping expeditions and fishing expeditions. But shopping expeditions when you are hunting down particular goods or bargains, and fishing expeditions when you go in search of fish which are not easy to locate or catch. This is the word expedition. What about the word safari or safari? We can pronounce the word as safari or safari. A safari is a trip or expedition to observe wild animals. To observe wild animals in their natural habitat in Africa usually. You go on safari to safari parks. In days gone by, you might have worn your light cotton safari suit for this purpose. I don't think there are any cotton safari suits these days. I have never seen them these days. I no longer see them these days. His one ambition in life was to go on safari to Kenya to photograph lions and tigers. To go on safari, yes. What about the word journey? A journey is one single piece of travel. It's usually long ones. You make journeys when you travel from one place to another. Note that the plural is spelled journeys, E-Y-S, not I-E-S at the end. Of course, you know why, because why after a vowel here. Okay, let's have an example. The journey from London to Newcastle by train can now be completed in under 3 hours. We can talk about journeys taking or lasting a long time. Look at this. How long did your journey take? How long did your journey take? Oh, it lasted forever. We stopped at every small station. We occasionally use journeys as a verb, as an alternative to travel, although it may sound a bit formal or poetic. We journeyed, we traveled, we journeyed, we traveled. So the word journeyed here can be traveled. The same meaning. We journeyed or we traveled between the pyramids in Mexico on horseback. What about the word the trip? Trip is a noun. A trip usually involves more than one single journey. More than one single journey. Pay attention. But a journey, if you remember, is one single piece of travel. This is a word journey, but a trip usually involves more than one single journey. We talk about day trips, round the trips, business trips. We make journeys usually, but we go on trips. So we make journeys, but we go on trips. We go on trips. Don't forget that. I went on a day trip to France. We left at 6:30 in the morning and returned before midnight the same day. The round-trip ticket enabled me to visit all the major tourist destinations in India. Round the trip, a day trip, a business trip. Yes? When I ask you, where is Laurie? He won't be back. He won't be in this week. He's gone on a business trip to Malaysia and Singapore. He's gone on a business trip. The trip went well. It was an old car, but we didn't break down in 4 weeks of traveling. So, trip is usually, the word trip usually involves more than one single journey. Okay, don't forget, a day trip, around the trip, a business trip, okay? We make journeys, but we go on trips, don't forget that. What about the word travel or traveling? Travel and the traveling are nouns. Travel is a general term to describe going from one place to another. You can talk about someone that travels to refer to the journeys he makes. As we said, make journeys. Don't forget that. His travels abroad provided lots of background materials for novels he wrote. Traveling is also a general term which refers to the activity of travel. Traveling by boat between the islands is less tiring than traveling by road. That's true. I don't do as much traveling as I used to now that I am retired. Travel often crops up as part of compound nouns. Compare the following: travel documents, travel tickets, travel agents, travel sickness, and air travel, traveler's checks. We will have an example to show the meaning of these all. Pay attention, please, my dear geniuses. Make sure you keep all your travel documents safely. Make sure you keep all your travel documents, all your papers, your travel documents safely. You can obtain your travel tickets from the travel agents in the high street if you don't want to order them over the internet. Some of you may suffer from travel sickness. Air travel may well give you a bumpy ride. If you don't have a credit or debit card, make sure you take plenty of traveler's check with you, because you will need a lot of money. Yes. Let's practice. Fill in excursion, journey, trip, voyage, and flight. Number 1. I couldn't sleep on the aeroplane because it was a really bumpy. Stop the video and answer. I couldn't sleep on the aeroplane because it was a really bumpy. Good. Flight. Excellent. Aeroplane is the keyword here. Number 2. Daniel has gone on a short space into the mountains with a guide from the hotel. Great. Excursion. It's for pleasure. Good. Number 3. Maggie is going on a business. Good. A business trip for specific purposes. Very good. Maggie is going on a business trip to Los Angeles next week. That was such a long space. I'm glad to be home. Very good. That was such a long journey. Number 5, the ship was almost brand new and we had a very comfortable space across the Atlantic. Yeah, good. So the answer is voyage. Don't forget that. Until we again, thank you and goodbye. Don't forget us with like and share on the YouTube channel of the school. We are at your service at any time, willing to send us any question. Please study hard and send us your comments and your questions. Goodbye.